Tonight, Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is preparing to audit his own race. Under state law, his office is required to conduct an audit to ensure confidence in this week's election results. 11 Alive's Brittany Klein-Peter spoke with election officials about why they're choosing this race and what happens next.
I believe in transparency and accountability to the voters, and that's why I've chose this race.
Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger saying he'll audit his own race to show his trustworthiness as an election official. Under a relatively new law in Georgia, during even-numbered election years, the state is required to audit one race of the secretary's choosing, directing election workers to hand-count random batches of ballots cast during early voting, absentee voting, and in-person voting on Election Day. The process is designed to ensure ballots were accurately tabulated.
I believe that audits are incredibly important in the process to reinforce the importance and primacy of the paper ballots.
In 2020, the secretary chose the presidential race, pointing to the national significance and the fact that candidates were separated by only a few thousand votes. While this week's Secretary of State's race wasn't nearly as close as the U.S. Senate race, which is now headed to a runoff, election officials tell 11 Alive they didn't feel the risk of auditing the Senate race was worth the reward because that race has such a close margin. The SOS says it would require a complete hand count of every vote, which would be a lot for poll workers as they prepare for a runoff that's just 26 days away.
The larger the margin, the easier it will be for the counties to conduct the audit. And that's important because they're going to have an ongoing senatorial runoff race. I know they have a lot on their plate.
Every county will participate in the audit, and the public is invited to attend the audits to ensure confidence in the results. The Secretary of State's office says we should expect a small amount of variance in the audit results, which will be published to their website. The Secretary of State's office says that the audit will begin next Wednesday when they randomly select batches of ballots, and then counties will begin auditing on Thursday. Reporting from the Capitol, Brittany Klein-Peter, 11 Alive News.